Well, I mean, if you want to actually, you touched upon it a little bit. If you want to talk about what you're doing and what your work is with the legacy and, how you're contributing to humanity, I think that's how we could start. What'd you say?
How I'm contributing to the conscious perspective.
Yes, how you are contributing to the conscious perspective. If we want to start this thing off with that, I think that's a good foot to start on.
Heck yeah, that'd be tight. So my name is Deadrick Baker II. I am the creator and founder of the Legacy, a Foundation for Human Progress. It is a social enterprise. It's an institution, a foundation to help the individual become the best they can be. Society is made of individuals, so we focus on the individual. And can you imagine if you walked outside of your door and you saw another man and you knew that man, he was there to help you become the best person you can be, and you were here to help them become the best person you can be. Now imagine if every single person on our planet had this mindset. I'm not talking about utopia, but division would kind of fall away because we're all here for the same exact thing. We're all here to seek our potential, max our potential, So that's what the Legacy is. It's pretty much a formal life coaching program. You come into our facility, I sit you down, I assess you, I say, hey, think of an LA Fitness, dude. Okay, let's just keep it simple. Think of like a gym, a huge gym. You walk into a gym, you get an LA Fitness number, you slide your card, you start your little workout program. Okay. Now let's not call us LA Fitness, let's call us a Legacy Center in every state, every city, every country. Anybody out the street can walk in, get a Legacy number. We sit you down, we customize it's a life coaching program. We customize a routine for you. We say, you are supposed to be the best person you can be. And you are supposed to help others do the same. But you cannot help others before you help yourself. You gotta get yourself right before you can get other people right, And that's nice, better. But what is a self? You, a self, everybody is made of this is what I teach at the Legacy. This is core foundational. A self is made of 3 different parts: a mind, a body, and a spirit in conjunction. Okay. We all have mind, bodies, and spirits. We're all born with the same potential, clean slate, It's up to you how much you want to maximize your potential. It's up to you how much you want to, hit your potential, how much you want to actualize yourself. And you must do this 3 different ways. You can't just do this once or one way or 2 different ways. You have to do it all different ways because God is balanced. The universe is balanced. So you must balance. We literally sit you down and create a customized routine based on how you like to grow mentally, physically, and spiritually. So you like to run, you like to lift kettlebells, you like to bench press. Well, okay, that's great. This is how we're gonna do your body column. You're gonna lift this type of way. You're gonna eat these type of foods. You're gonna supplement to what you're not eating. And then we go over to the mental aspect. What kind of languages do you like to learn? What kind of books do you like to read? What do you want to read? What haven't you read? And then we customize that part of your routine based on what languages you learn. You're learning that language every day. You're reading different books every day. And then my favorite part is the spiritual aspect. Ooh. Okay. Between me and you and the rest of the world that's listening, this term spirit has been watered down, has been misinterpreted, has been misanalyzed, has been a lot of people claim to speak about the spirit. When I talk to people, I go, hey, if just be spiritual, bro. Just tune in, tune out, tune in. Like, okay, that's nice. Like what? Like anybody claiming to preach about the spirit, you walk up to that person and say, how do I apply that? And if they can't tell you how to apply that, bro, walk away. At the Legacy, we're not going to give you some mumbo jumbo hippie stuff about what spirit is. We're telling you that spirit is directly, okay? We can name this stuff. So just like I'm wearing this shirt, I can feel this shirt. This shirt is real. People need to understand that there is a spiritual reality. Spiritual realities are real. Spiritual situations. Spiritual values exist in the universe, and you can interact with them just like I interact with this shirt. Okay. I'll give you an example. The names of spirit, I can name the spirit reality, bro. I'm a wizard. No, I'm kidding. I can name these spiritual realities. It's love, discipline, endurance, integrity. And I'll give you an example. So say if I'm exercising or if I'm running and I want to give up, if you're part of the Legacy program and you've talked to me, you're going to stop right there and be like, I need to interact with the spirit of discipline and endurance. And you're going to keep going. Or say like you're in a warehouse you're working, or your parents say, clean that up. And you're like, you half-ass and try to put it under the bed or put it under something and run away. You stop. I'm going to interact with the spirit of integrity and discipline, turn around and get it done. Okay. You can seek spiritual realities like people seek money and gold. Now imagine Like everybody wants to seek money. Every situation you encounter, people are seeking money. But now imagine if you were seeking, how can I have more integrity? How can I have more discipline? How can I have more courage? Where can I represent duty? Imagine what that looks like from the outside. Your boss is going to be like, dang, this is a good guy. He has a lot of discipline. You're going to get a promotion. You're not doing it for the money, bro. Remember what Jesus said? Seek first the kingdom of heaven. The Father will provide everything for you. That's what I'm talking about. Seek first those spiritual realities, not just close your eyes, bro. I mean, don't get me wrong. Me and you can go. We can talk hours about meditation. I love meditation. I meditate daily. I do mantra. All that chakra system, Kabbalah to your life. I'm down, but you should never use that as a means to not act. You know what I'm saying? So like these spiritual realities and the legacy, we try to instill action. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what we do. We try to customize a routine mentally, physically, spiritually. And guess what, buddy? Every day you're gonna be learning. You're gonna learn today. This ain't like some easy. I mean, it's a life's not easy, bro, right? Life is struggle. Look at evolution, look at the future. But these lessons allow us, or these obstacles, these trials allow us to learn lessons, eternal wisdom. And without them, we wouldn't learn them. So like, I don't know, the legacy is kind of, I like to say like a mixture of like Navy SEALs budge training and like like a new age spiritual meditation, I guess you could say like that. Just we're about getting it. Like I said, it's not, I don't want to say it's not easy, but it ain't easy because life ain't easy. And if you want to try to be the best you can be, we're here to help you. That's what it's about. That's what I represent. And that's my conscious perspective of trying to help other people get to that state.
That's awesome. It seems like a form of like practical spirituality put into action.
Straight up. Now you're talking. Exactly. I don't want to go off tangent or anything, but nothing about tangent, I guess this is.
No, please do. I welcome tangents.
Please do. I feel like how do I put this? I don't know exactly what the story's called, but I was at a Hindu temple once, and they give services on a Sunday. And they were talking about a story where Alexander the Great, conqueror going out and just conquering land. He goes to India, and he meets like the lead yogi Brahma guy over there, is teaching. He's like some scrawny dude shriveled up in the woods, like meditating. Alexander was like, I want to go learn the best wisdom. So he finds this guy out and seeks him and asks him, what's the meaning of life? What am I doing? Like, can you shed some light upon me? And the yogi tells him some like spiritual like mumbo jumbo. And he looks at the guy and he's like, okay, the truth isn't out here, and walks away. And pretty much like writes him off like, you're a damn fool, because you're just sitting out in the woods. You're supposed to go conquer the world. And what rubbed me the wrong way a little bit was like, okay, I like this story. It's cool. And then after he's like, Alexander was wrong. Like, he should have gave up everything and gone to the woods and meditate. And I was like, oh God, okay. So I started thinking in my own head, and I was like, okay, like I love, like don't know anybody listening to it, don't think I'm talking about meditation. I just like it to be connected to action. Okay. I started thinking in my head. I was like, okay, let's do a little thought experiment here. Let's get like two twins. Okay, two twins born at the exact same time. One twin you put deep in the woods. He meditates the hardest, highest meditation you've ever meditated in your entire life. It meditates forever, 40 years straight. Dopest meditator on the planet. No one could touch this dude meditating, killing it all day long, deep in the woods. Doesn't meet a single person in his life. His twin brother, gets taught formally in religion, realizes that we need to help our spiritual brethren get out of the darkness and stop stumbling, and creates institutions, creates buildings, creates programs to help his brother become the best they can be mentally, physically, and spiritually. They both die at the exact same time, and then when they both reach the creator, what's the creator going to say to each one of them? Oh dang, this dude built my kingdom. This dude changed the planet. Oh, this dude just sat in the middle of the woods. I think that's a good example of how I look at things. But at the same time, I think meditation is necessary. And we can go about Merkaba fields. We can talk electromagnetic chakra systems all day long. But that's what the legacy is working with. And yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I totally feel you on that, because what are all these practices if you don't apply them in some kind of way to help others? Because once you, for me at least, once I come to these realizations through meditation and through yoga, whatever you do, you kind of realize, wait a second, my being isn't just this body. My being is also you and everyone else around me. So
Mhm.
because of that, because I realized that, I'm like, oh, well, I have to obviously help others. If others are me and we're all suffering, obviously we all go through shit. I have to do in the best of my ability possible to help others see the light, essentially, to help others um, reach that realization. And then it becomes just kind of like a snowball effect at that point.
Okay. Shane,
Yeah.
you're talking about the deepness right now. Yeah, and like guys, we can't do this unless we do it all together for real. And like me personally, the way I look at reality is like I can't get to that level until my brother gets to that level. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like I'm thinking planetary, I'm thinking universally. Like if we all got to experience this, then my personal journey is through others. That
Hmm.
makes sense? Like
Yeah.
I love
That's the
saying like
story of the Bodhisattva.
amen, straight up. Hey, talk about that. But I like saying like every time I say you, what do you think? You think me, right? So you and me are the same. You are just another me.
Hmm.
So you know what I'm saying? I need to look at you like you're me. I need to treat
Yeah.
you as such. So like, yeah, exactly, straight up. We need to do this together. We need to
Hmm.
do this together. Um, if you don't mind me asking now that we're on the subject of meditation, um, do you meditate?
Yeah, man. I mean, I try to every day. I don't, it's not really like a rigid practice, like 5 o'clock, I have to go meditate. It's more so just like, I mean, there's days I don't. There's, it's not really like a rigid practice. It's just kind of something that's in my life where it's just like, how do I put it? It's like something that I don't take so seriously, but yet I'm never going to give up. It's because if you take it too seriously and you have to do like the 5 o'clock, got to meditate today, then I feel like you're missing the point because then it's just something that you're forcing yourself to do. So then thus it's like defeating the purpose of meditation. So to me, it's just like it's just something in my being, I guess. I don't really know how else to describe it. I'm like, all right, I just gotta go find a quiet area and just sit down for maybe 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes, whatever it is. And then I don't even have a time limit too on meditations. That's the thing too, is like some people are like, all right, 5 o'clock, I got to do it for 20 minutes. Me, I'm just like, if I feel it, I'll go and then I'll, however long I can do it. And then that's it. But it's not something that's so serious. Like I used to in the beginning, but I think for me at least, as I went on with my meditations, I realized the more I the more that I take it seriously, the less I'm getting from it. And not that I'm doing it to get something, but it's more so of just like it seems pointless to do it in that way. So it is present in my life, but it's not really something where it's like I have to do it in the morning, I have to do it at night because that's not really what it's about in my opinion.
You're 100% right, dude. You're 100%. I'm on the same thing, dude. I knew I met a brother. Um, like I said, I love meditating. I try to do it every day, but dude, I'll be damned if I tell you that I'm doing it every day because I'm not.
Yeah.
Do I love the subject? I'm so intrigued. As an American, maybe it might just be due to being raised in American culture. We're not really taught to meditate,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I try, but the subject, it really turns my mind on. And my brain starts turning. Like, what? Okay, people are meditating. Why the hell are they doing it? What's the main purpose?
Hmm.
And if we can go off a tangent, because that's what we do here, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I went to the University of Connecticut. I studied biology and philosophy. Um, I guess I'm just gonna drop it. Let's just drop the hammer. You are the universe experiencing itself, speaking to everybody, right? I'm the universe experiencing itself subjectively, objectively, however you want to put it. Subjectively, I guess. Um, aren't are you are sitting in a physical body just like me, okay? I don't want to sound weird, but we have physical bodies, okay? Physical bodies, they come from our planet. They're made up of atoms and molecules and particles, right? And we know from science that all molecules and particles and atoms come from the center of a star, right? When a star goes supernova, explodes, it spreads these particles throughout the universe. They coalesce, cool down, they form planets, and we pop up on the planets. Hey, what's up? we are literally the spontaneous manifestation of the universe. We are the universe experiencing itself, or the eyes and ears of God, right?
Hmm.
Um, Within this form, I would say, for without going too deep and for going on another tangent, within the biorhythms and the heartbeat, the breath, the pulses throughout the body, the circadian rhythm system, I call these biorhythms. Throughout the body, via biorhythms, there are latent signatures from universal reality. Does that make sense? Like one we evolved to man, one that single cell organism came from wherever it came from. When it came from that single star, it needed the elements from a star going supernova. When that single cell evolved up to man, that evolutionary process that takes millions of years codes certain programs into the DNA of the human being. And if I could say it like this, okay, when you look at a star, I just made a video about this. I feel like I'm repeating myself, but whatever. If you look at a star, that starlight is traveling all the way across the universe and hitting you in your eye. Okay. You're in contact with that star. It doesn't matter if you're looking at it or not. If you look away, that star is still going to be in contact with you. And guess what? It's not just that star, it's all the stars. Okay. Every star is at contact with, it's hitting you at some point in time, unless you're like hiding behind like a wall. Even though, I don't know, starlight maybe will go through walls, maybe. I don't know. But so now let's bring it back to that single cell, right? That single cell that is evolving in the water birth. That single cell relies on heat energy, thermodynamic energy, I guess you could say, in order to evolve. Where does it get its energy to evolve and process from? If you take away our sun, what happens to all the plants? They die. Photosynthesis, light energy. Our single cell that's evolving up to man is getting light energy, but not only from our sun, right? Sunlight is a certain frequency. So that single cell organism is also getting hit by other stars, other points of the universe. And they're kind of like over time, while it's evolving and hitting it, it programs higher star frequencies, aka the chakras. Every chakra, I'm saying, is correlating to a different frequency that are programmed into our DNA by starlight. So I'm saying that, like, the way I look at meditation is that these grids, these electromagnetic grids, every time you think a thought, it's an electric impulse in your brain. And if you have an electric impulse, every time it creates a magnetic field. If you have an electric current, it creates a magnetic field, electromagnetism. You're a walking, talking, breathing, fucking electromagnet. and you have the ability to tap into this latent star field that is just all around. It's called like cosmic Wi-Fi, just getting projected. So through my meditations, I believe that like everything's a frequency. So through mantra, like you can vibrate your chest cavity, which vibrates your cells. Through breathing, when the air molecules go into your lungs, you create static electricity when the particles pass your lungs and go back out. So you're creating a magnetic charge, And then through visualization. So visualizations, intonations, mantra, and certain postures, I do believe we can access another dimension. You know what I'm saying? But that's how I look at it. That's how I look at it more like logically and like understanding, as opposed to just some like turn my mind off. Like what?
Wow, yeah, that's pretty far out, man. So you think that we're like when we say that again?
I was like D-Bake. That's it. My name's Deadrick Baker. People call me D-Bake. So D-Bake's crazy. Don't listen to this guy.
No, man, that's honestly, that's the idea. That's the paradigm that we're moving toward, is ideas like that, and tapping into that's essentially tapping into our being and peeling the layers back of what it means to actually be a human being, like, right? More than just the root chakra, because that's where everybody's trapped, in the lower frequency, the lower vibrations. But once you unlock the higher vibrations, then yes, we can ascend, and essentially it's like an information download in a way. It's like you open yourself up to vast amounts of possibilities that you weren't even aware were possible. And it's just simply through electromagnetic energy and kind of like letting that fluctuate throughout our spinal column. And that's interesting how I've never really heard it put that it's like it's energy from stars, but yes, it technically is, right? Because everything is from a star.
Everything. That's what I'm trying to say. Right? Like Wi-Fi nodes to me, and you can just download programs.
Man, think about that. Like like if you trace it back, if like the timeline of humans, not even from when we were humans, like just timeline of life of of an organic being. It goes all the way back. And if you keep going all the way, before we were even microbes, before we were even bacteria, before we were even whatever's before bacteria, we were just light. We are essentially made
Light.
of light. And what is light?
Yeah.
What is light?
Ooh, you're
Light
killing it, bro.
is What is light? How would you describe what light is? Because if we can describe what light is, that is our true source, essentially. It's energy. Like, is it God energy? Is it like the
Oh no,
oh, I said the G word.
Don't tell the scientists that.
Is it like the creational, I don't know, is the creation aspect of this universe? Is it all at the basis of light and electromagnetic energy? It seems to be.
Gravitational harmonics.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah. So like dude, same train exact thought what you're saying. So yeah, what is light? Oh, the Bible says God is light. Ooh, weird. So like, yeah, and light and stars are the basis of the universe. Without those, you can't do nothing. So like the way I can like I always think big picture, bro. So I think of the universe in its entirety. And I think, okay, it's studded with stars. You know, these stars are radiating 3 dimensions everywhere. And they're all nodes. It's like they're like transceivers, like receiving and transmitting light from different areas. Like the entire universe is a star network, pretty much, you know?
Yeah.
And geez.
Cosmic Wi-Fi of creative divine energy, it
Yes.
seems.
And that's what started our life. I mean, it started evolution. So like, I don't know, maybe there's something, I mean, not maybe there's something, I know there's something there. Do meditation, we'll figure it out, you know? But it's interesting to think about, right? So like I was taught through my studies that stars couple with each other through gravitational harmonics. Okay. Stars are light, right?
Mm-hmm.
They give off light. There's floating balls of light. Who designed that? I don't know. They're floating balls of light, right? If when I say cup and you think cup in your mind, what do you see? What is that cup made of? It's made of light. The images in your mind are light. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we're trapping exactly. You know what I'm talking about? You're holding the cup and you think about the cup. The cup you think about is not the same as the cup you're holding. You know, what's that cup in your mind? What's the material? What's the substance? It's real. It's in your mind. It's light. It's like our brains captured a little bit of that universe light and allows us to like play with it. Now that's interesting. The universe gives us free will to do things. That's crazy. Because I have a minor in philosophy and I've talked to a lot of, let's say, depressed philosophers.
Yeah.
Who, you know, existentialists who don't know there's no reason, you know.
Nihilism.
Not exactly, Paul. You already know the deal. Straight up. So it's interesting that the universe gave us light to work with, okay? A lot of philosophers that I've ran into believe in the material mechanistic universe theory, that it is a pure mechanism, you know?
Yeah.
As in like everything's mechanistic, everything is machine-like. But a machine can't recognize itself, you know? A machine only recognizes what's programmed, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the fact that we're like, if you put 1 million machines in the same environment, they would all react to the environment the same. Does that make sense?
Isn't that us?
But that's not us. We all react differently, uniquely, individually. We actually kind of break the mechanistic concept. The fact that we're conscious of ourselves means we've broken the mechanistic concept. You know what I'm saying? A machine can't understand what the universe is. So, dude, I've had these like conversations with a lot of people, especially philosophers, that they have this depressed look on the universe. But once you realize that you are a subjective expression of the universe, and you have, you know, the ability to rise up higher instead of looking at it, you're just an animal and there's no reason. You know, that's a huge. Honestly, that's what the legacy's working with, bro. A lot of people think they're just animals. A lot of people don't know that they have their cosmic antenna tapping into the stellar Wi-Fi. You know, they don't understand that they're more than what they're more. Like I like to say it like this: you're an angel in training, bro. We're angels in training. We just forgot it. Like, don't think you're just a monkey. Like, yeah, we evolved. And that's a whole nother subject. People use evolution to disprove God. But
Mm,
to me, that picture of a single cell evolving to man is God. I don't know.
yeah. Yeah, right. That is just like the whole process of like the process of simply being this explosion of light called a sun or a star, and then from that somehow over millions and billions of years evolving into a being that can facilitate a conversation like
Oh,
this. That is itself,
exchange concepts.
isn't that itself just divine? Isn't that itself just like, whoa? Isn't that spiritual itself right there? Like, I know what you mean though, like how if because I used to be a very materialist person too, and just kind of I just saw life as a scientific process, I guess you could say.
Okay.
And I definitely know how you could kind of uh, align yourself with like, oh, it doesn't really mean anything. We're just animals, just like a dog or a cat or a cow. And we are. That's the thing. It's because we are actually that, but we're also more. It's not that we're not animals because we are animals, but we're more than animals. That's the thing. I think people that are of the materialist paradigm don't recognize that we are more. It's not that we're not animals and we're not part of evolution in this divine process, and we still have to take a shit and go to sleep, and we still get horny and whatever it is to be an animal. But we're also more than that. Like we have the ability to contemplate our own being and consciousness and have this kind of conversation. Like that's the aspect to me that is that goes beyond words. Essentially, that is a part of the if you want to call it God, going with the G word, the divine creator. Like that's the part of us that is something, you know,
Right.
has substance.
No, I mean, yeah, straight up, we got the mark of the beast, where we have animal inheritance. Yes, I agree,
Yeah.
100%. But you're right. Like, I think it's amazing that you recognize that we're more than animals, which a lot of people are having a hard time with. And
How did you recognize that?
how did I recognize that?
Through meditation?
Good question. How did I recognize that? No, just through logical observation. You know, we think, we talk, just like what you're talking about. We're making technology. Ain't no other animal out there making technology. So, like, I refuse to believe we were just animals from the get go. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, I raised my hand in third grade and I told the teacher, I was like, why do we exist in the middle of science class? And the teacher's like, we don't ask those questions. She even called a parent teacher conference with my parents and was like, your
What?
son's asking crazy stuff. And I was like, oh God, like, you're the adult. I thought you guys should know, you know? Yeah. What made me realize? No, I never accepted the fact that we were animals. But I forgot I was talking about something and I totally trailed off, and I hate when I do that. So I got to make the point.
Oh,
I
I'm
didn't.
sorry. I mean, we were just talking about how we're more than just animals. I mean, I don't know.
No. I got it. No, I remember the point. It's
Okay.
and I want to relate it to this exactly. We're more than just animals.
Hmm.
We have light in our minds, and I was talking about um stellar harmonics, gravitational harmonics. And we were talking about, yeah, this light that we have in our head, that's trapped in our head, that we see images in, is starlight. It's, you know, we just capture a little bit of
Hmm.
it. I want to say that I'm just going to ask some provoking questions. Why do you think you can modulate the light in your mind?
As in, like my imagination?
Yes. Why did the universe give you a certain control of a little bit of light inside of you? Interesting, right?
Because
Modulate.
that part of me is a part of the same, that part of me that has the imagination and is able to kind of tap into that is the part of me that is a part of the same process that created this,
Exactly.
that created this body in this
Oh,
entire universe, this entire reality. That's the
now we're
same power that we can tap into. Like we are the creation. We as human beings, we are animals, but we are also the creational. I don't even know if creational is a word. We are the creation. We are the creation aspect of the universe. We have been given the gift of imagination, of free will, and the ability to exercise that to create the hopefully heaven on earth, the ideal world, a utopia. And from there, I don't know. After that, we just flourish.
That's what I'm thinking right now, man.
But yeah, that's what I think, our imagination and the ability to create things such as podcasts or whatever, paint a picture, write music, that is the same wavelength or frequency of God, of
Amen.
divine
Amen.
creation.
I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna go. D-Bag is crazy, bro. So through my studies, I've learned that the universe is based off light and sound. Light and sound are the foundational properties. I'll give you an example. So I have thoughts in my head, right? You can't see my thoughts in my head. So I have to use language and words, right? What's words? It's like my vocal cords vibrating and I'm creating sound waves, sounds. These sound waves go and they hit your ear and you retranslate them into pictures in your mind. Yeah. So I'm using sound waves to transfer light pictures, Mm-hmm. I'm just shooting my mind at you via sound waves.
It's like telepathy.
Exactly. Okay. So now it's a miniature version of what we're talking about, using sound to modulate light. Interesting. Oh God, here we go.
Okay.
So back to the whole like star coupling thing. Stars were our local star is the sun, right? Through my studies, it says that stars link up through gravitation. They couple gravitational fields. Gravity links our planets together. If you don't know what gravity is, go Google it. But yeah, gravity and gravities are linked. I don't want to get like too scientific, but Magneto hydrodynamic star channels. So like stars are magneto, they're dynamos, magneto dynamic. This is what creates gravitational fields, like our Earth's crust revolving around the iron core. You know what I mean? And it generates a magnetic field. This is known. It stops asteroids. Every stellar body, such as a star or a planet, creates magnetic fields due to its rotation. Okay. Mm-hmm. These somehow create a field and they link into each other. They lock into each other. Stars do this, and stars are of different frequencies. I'm just gonna throw it out there because we're going deep. Back to my meditation and tapping into this Wi-Fi. How do we tap into the different nodes in the sky? Imagine if you knew a mantra that was correlated to the same vibrational frequency as a starlight. It's like a mantra is like a password almost, So just like stars can couple into each other through gravity, and we're talking about modulating light through sound, I feel like there's a certain way to link into different stars and download like higher information. Wow. That sounds crazy. I know, right? He bakes off the deep end, man. Don't listen to this dude.
I think there's truth to that, though.
Right? I mean, why else throughout the million years of people talking about like mantra and like I've meditated with mantra before, and it like focuses you in, So yeah, I don't know. It's a thought out there, but yeah, dude, that's crazy, right?
Yeah, the question is then like, what is the steps, and are we even able to resonate at that frequency with our voice?
Now you got me thinking hardcore too. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go. Yeah. So, have you heard of piezo electricity?
I don't think so.
So, piezo electricity has to do with electromagnetic fields that are created by crystals. Mm-hmm. Do you know what the most abundant material in our planet's crust is?
No.
Quartz crystal.
Oh, okay.
Quartz crystal. There's actually a crystalline grid that runs through our crust. Remember, our crust is the hard part, and the center is a core, and there's magma, lava in between. So our crust is like floating. Remember, there can be liquid quartz crystal too, which exists in magma form. Okay. I remember doing this experiment when I was little, like tiny. So you vibrate a crystal against a copper plate, and it creates an electromagnetic charge. You can light up a light bulb off it. Okay. Mm-hmm. Through science, through piezoelectricity, we understand that crystal quartz can generate a magnetic field with vibration. And there's a ton of quartz in our crust. Okay. And I'm saying that this is a giant field, even that our Earth, the magnetic field and the gravitational field our Earth generates. And that, yeah, I love what you're saying is, yeah, I don't know if we can create a vibrational frequency that high with a singular voice, but geez, I'm always thinking, because I think the same thoughts, dude. That's so crazy. How can I amplify myself? How can I amplify my whatever, And I don't know, maybe through tapping into our own piezoelectric grid to magnify our own thoughts, something like that. Using our Earth as like a grounding antenna, and then what I'm saying? Because it's already locked in, right? It's already locked in. Should be locked into the surface already. So yeah, I know we're going off the freaking deep end of meditation stuff.
No, that's good. Hey, deeper the better, man. This is what the whole podcast is about.
Right.
It's exploring ideas that usually aren't explored.
Exactly. Okay. Yeah. So that.
Do you think that like these crystals, like the whole idea? I'm not really much into crystals. I just like how they look. I don't really. There's a lot of like pseudoscience around it, and I don't really know who to believe. But so on that topic though, so do you think like meditating with these crystals allow you to align with the frequency of that stone, which then allows you to elevate to higher states of meditation frequency, essentially?
Yes, and this is where the new age crystal people come in. They'll teach us both better than I can teach you. I don't know. I'm just logically processing it. When it comes down to like what crystal does what, that's a great idea, huh? Maybe they're onto something.
Yeah, that's the thing though, is like how there's so many people with their hands in the pot of opinions of what these crystals are, but I don't know like who do you believe? Like you can't just go on some random website and believe it. But I think there is logically like what'd you say?
Go on a website 2 days later you're selling crystals.
Yeah, exactly. That's probably a reality for a lot of people, honestly. But I think logically, yes, the way that we just explained it, if there are certain it is a simple concept if you outline it, if there's certain frequencies that and we resonate at a certain frequency, but in order to resonate at those higher frequencies of stars, of whatever you want to call it, we might not be able to do it just simply in this physical form. We might need the aid of these higher frequencies. And the aid comes from things that just naturally resonate at those frequencies. So the question is, to me, what just came off my head is like, all right, so then if we need the aid, then what is the best way that we work with these stone allies of ours to ascend? What is the best way that we do that? Right? Is it just simply meditating? Is it saying a mantra? Is there certain mantras that align with these stones? There's a lot for me to learn, and I don't know the answers, but to me, the idea of it seems like there has some kind of credibility. There's just so much BS out there, I feel like.
Yeah.
I just don't know where to even start.
Dude, we're on the same level with the crystals, Gary. After the podcast, I'll walk that one with you. We'll go figure them out. But yeah, it's wild, right? It is wild. Now, I want to throw another thing out there with you, okay?
Okay.
Talking about like starlight, star channels, universal networks, grids of light. How, with the whole disclosure thing, UFOs, aliens traveling through the universe, right?
Yeah.
David Fravor is?
Yeah, he was the guy that was on Joe Rogan, right? And he was
homeboy
the pilot.
Who started it. Yeah, homeboy pilot. He went to school with my dad. My dad graduated the Naval Academy. They're in the same class.
Wow, that's awesome.
I started talking about it, and literally, I'm visiting in Memphis, right? I'm from California. I'm in Memphis, Tennessee right now, visiting him. I'm just talking about UFO disclosure, and he whips out his freaking Naval Academy yearbook and starts telling me stories about him and Fravor back in the day. What's really crazy is that he was in charge of the honor committee. So he was like, cadets had to like follow a certain like honor, not lie, cheat, or steal or nothing. If they got caught, they got expelled, and he was like in charge of that. So he's a man of integrity, which is dope. So everything he's saying is true. If you couldn't have already told, But that was interesting to say. But yeah, okay. So this dude chased a freaking UFO, aliens, talking about star channels and coupling light fields. Like, how did the UFOs travel, right?
Yeah, I think it has something to do not of the physical, like they don't have jet propulsion systems or
No, no.
internal combustion engines. That they look at that and we look at a horse and carriage. There's some kind of like element 151, I think it's called, that other guy that was on Joe Rogan.
Bob Lazar.
115, yeah, that's what it is.
I
Bob, yeah, exactly.
Autograph, dude.
You have Bob Lazar's autograph?
Yeah, bro. I'll send.
What did he sign?
You signed a poster for his Bob Lazar Flying Saucers, Area 51 Flying Saucers documentary.
Wow.
I went to the premiere and I walked up to him. I was like, yo.
That's legendary.
Yeah, dude. I know. So I'm not showing off for them.
I mean, hey, man, that's something to show off. Bob Lazar. Wait, so that's crazy. So Bob Lazar, you have like you met this dude, and your dad is friends with David Fravor. There's something going on there.
Right?
Yeah, man.
Know.
But
I just walk the steps. It's showing me visions. I just say, okay.
But getting at it, yeah. I mean, who knows what the hell? They obviously have some kind of access to either some element that resonates at a higher frequency that allows them to transcend time and space. That goes beyond. It really, I don't think can really understand it. They just have technology that goes way beyond our scope of thinking at this point. And I fully believe, saying it now on camera, there are extraterrestrial beings that are present, and they have been present, probably quite essentially.
You're hitting the vein.
Yeah, they might have been here for our entire existence, to be honest. And
I don't want to say it. I don't want to sound crazy. You said
no,
it first.
Bro. Hey, this is what this is about. This podcast is to make the crazy out in the light, man. There's no such thing as crazy on this thing. Like, we can talk about whatever. We want to go to the depths, All
right, so I'm gonna start saying crazy shit. Like I haven't already been. No, you're right. Yeah, so Maurice, I didn't mean to cut you off. Sorry, we're making jokes. I'm a comedian too. I just stand up when I can. Really? Yeah, COVID killed all the stage.
Yeah, that sucks.
Sorry, I don't mean that. If other viewers are watching, this guy's talking too much. No, I'm a joke. I like humor.
Yeah, same, dude. It's all good. We're just having a conversation. It's all good. I don't even know what I was just saying that the
you're talking about the aliens.
Aliens, these extraterrestrial beings.
Let's talk about the aliens.
Yes. We're gonna go there. These extraterrestrial beings definitely have some. I mean, who knows? I can't. Like, I'm not gonna act like I know what the hell is going on. But they just obviously have some kind of technology, and it seems to be that element 115. Right? It's very peculiar to me because, according to that guy's story, like they know what it does, but they don't know how it works, which is crazy, right? So
that's really weird.
We can't like reverse engineer whatever this technology is. That's something that, to me, then that means whatever that technology is completely out of this world, literally. Like, there's something, maybe it's something that's from another planet, and just there's like another, like, I don't know. I'm not a chemist. I'm not a biologist. I'm not a scientist, bro. So, but there's more than meets the eye. And obviously these extraterrestrial beings have the technology, and they're probably listening right now to me, and they're just laughing at me like, silly monkey.
For real. Dude, did you hear about it? I mean, what a great time for a podcast. 2 days ago, I think the FBI, CIA, NSA released like 2,000 pages of documents for like unclassified. Yeah. Wow. Happened the other day, like, all on Reddit, all on social media and stuff. People are posting screen. We have to sift through it to read it ourselves,
Yeah.
Dude, I only read like 2 of them, bro, because there's thousands of documents. But the government straight up claims extraterrestrials have been here since before humanity was a thing.
In the disclosure?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh no, it's nuts. They're saying there's a galactic federation that they've been watching us. There are older cosmic cousins. There are older brothers. There's 2 different factions. Once there's benevolence and malevolence. And the Greys are the malevolence. All this crazy stuff, dude. Gnarly.
This is disclosed by the United States government.
Yeah, 2 days ago. Dude, NSA, CIA, FBI, they dropped like yesterday, 2 days ago was the date for 6 years ago. They go.
How is this not being talked about more,
dude? That's what I'm saying, dude. After this, when you go on Reddit, read all that. It's crazy, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna be up all night now.
Yeah, I know. It's nuts. And it's just wild to think about. Yeah. So like, why are they here? What are they doing here? How do we fit into the mix? Dude, I read one document that said they look just like us. There's extraterrestrials that are humanoid.
Oh man.
That's a weird thing to think about, right?
Oh,
That's a really weird thing to think about.
maybe we are the extraterrestrials, and they uploaded us with a program to
Hey,
forget.
ooh, now you're talking. Now you're talking. And they've been like, watching over it to make sure that program runs good.
Yeah. Wow.
Interesting.
But I mean, honestly, that's an idea that people have had for a long time. Maybe we're just like this experiment. But why? The
Feels like, I
question
don't
is
know
why?
why.
Why? Now that we know if this is true, all this information got disclosed, right? All right, then that's cool. Like there's aliens, blah blah blah. There's some kind of spiritual war going on. We got grays, we got undercover aliens. But why? Like you said, where do we come
Yeah, undercover aliens.
in?
They're so nonchalant. Yeah. No,
So
exactly. No. You want to hear some crazy stuff? Oh God,
please.
here we go. I'm so glad we met. This theory, I'm not stating this is fact or authority. I just want to spit out some thoughts and we can talk about it.
Okay.
Go through the nitty-gritty. I'm taking from multiple sources here, okay? Not just one source.
Okay.
Multiple papers, pretty much 15 years of study, my personal experience. I've come to the conclusion, hypothesis, okay? Don't take my word for stone. That just through my studies that, sorry about the background noise, dude.
It's all good. It's not bad. It's all good.
All right, cool. Supposedly the universe is open-ended and not yet done.
It's like ever expanding, like it's still.
Yes, it's still being created. Okay. So if I can paint a mental picture for you, let's think of the entire universe, right? But let's use that geometric form of a atom or a solar system with the central point with things revolving around, pattern of God, as above, so below, whatever. Think of the center of the universe is where the Father resides, where God resides. It's where the Creator resides, the source, Yahweh. Call him what you want. It's the source of the universe, and everything revolves around him, Supposedly, our planet is on the very outskirts, as farthest removed from the source. Okay? And the entire universe is federated. It's governed, the hierarchy of governing celestial personalities. These are the angels, the extraterrestrials that are on our planet. Okay, why are they here? Supposedly, the mission of the universe is to perfect the universe. Okay.
What does that mean?
So the next stage of universal reality cannot start until the previous sectors are already perfected.
Okay.
So that's why the angels are so invested in us, because in order for them to see the next stage, they need to help us become the best we can be, perfect.
Oh.
So that's why they're so interested in us now, because in order for them to perceive the next stage of universal reality, we must qualify. Does that make sense?
That's far up.
Why are they here? Why are they here? And then they also say that once that happens, we will be able to co-participate with them in the creation, the further expansion, whatever the hell that future looks like. I can barely guess this one, Yeah.
But for some reason, humans are a pivotal element in that process.
Yes, exactly. You know what I'm saying.
So what? Okay, this is off the top. This is all.
Yeah, exactly. We're just talking, bro.
So if we are this pivotal, so in order for these angels or interdimensional beings, I guess you could say, to ascend and create this perfection, first they need to work with humans.
Yes.
So then where do we come in creating that perfection? Is it creating this like heaven on earth? The kingdom?
Yes. Back in the day, they used the term kingdom of heaven. And today, in the term of the galactic federation, they didn't have the term galaxy back then. They used the term heaven. They didn't have the term federation back then. They used the term kingdom. Kingdom of heaven is the galactic federation, the universal government. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We need to build that. We need to perfect our sphere, our planet, through institutions. The legacy, hey. so that we can reach universal equilibrium, I like to say. And then finally the next stage will roll out. And it even, in my studies, it says that human beings are going to have a part in the next stage. So once we perfect ourselves down here, we're going to be sent out there to take in the new mortals or whoever appears, you know.
I don't think it's even fathomable what the next stage is. If there is a next stage.
Yeah, it's all speculation.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. Like if you like,
that's my personal mission to upstep the universe, bro. Chill out,
yeah. That should be everybody's, right? Isn't it? Isn't that
right?
Everybody's mission? Like that is at our deepest of deep is to further humanity's development to create a better world.
To use what the universe gave us, but contribute back. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah, right. It makes me that idea gives me a sense of purpose, and I think that's what we all lack is purpose.
Yes.
And if you have purpose in life, then what's how do I put this? Everybody, I feel like, including myself, and I'm speaking from personal experience, there was a point in my life where I lacked purpose, and there was like I just woke up, whatever, I just got to go to work, go home, I go to sleep, and that's it. I'm like just like, oh, but what is it? But when you describe something of that magnitude, then I'm like, whoa, there is more than just a purpose than a paycheck. It's more than a purpose of just simply satisfying my sensual pleasures. It's a purpose that seems to be of this enormous divine magnitude of which we're caught in this crazy calamity of good and bad. It seems like if they're what you're saying, I don't know anything about what you're saying, but from what you're saying, from what you told me, there seems to be good and bad. There seems to be the bad guys and the good guys, good energy, bad energy, negative energy, positive energy, whether, yin and yang, whatever you want to put it. And when you put it in that kind of way, it seems to be that we're caught in this story. And in that story is an extension of that ever expanding universe. And that's amazing. What more do you want?
Right. Right. What more do you guys want, dude? That's got it all. So I've been saying, man. Tell the people who are addicted to social media that,
Say that again.
So tell the people who are addicted to social media that. What more do you want?
What more do you want? We're in this like crazy spiritual war.
So yeah, right. Isn't that beautiful? And not only are we in the midst, we're in the center. Like, I'm greasy as hell. I'm shining.
It's all good.
Well, yeah, exactly. Like, not only are you in the middle of it, but you get a chance to participate in it.
Yeah.
And if I can be honest with you, that's a big deal to me. Like the fact that I don't know. I know the 21st century planet Earth to most people seems crazy, but I'm crazy too, so I look at it a little bit different. Mm-hmm. To me, it's an opportunity to represent, like
represent what?
If we're co-participants in universal reality and creating the kingdom, and on the 21st century planet Earth, the kingdom hasn't been created yet, then I have a great opportunity now to create it. I can leave my personal like fingerprint on it.
Yeah,
and
right. Because
like I want to imagine. Like I'm not tooting my own horn, bro, but when I would read Abraham Lincoln and George Washington and the history books, I'd be like, oh man, those guys are awesome. Like now I'm like, you know what, dude, put your name in the book,
Yeah, that's so. Is that why you called it the legacy?
Legacy of humankind, baby.
Yeah, right. So picture these beings of when we're obviously we're not going to live forever, and I think that comes with the idea of your own mortality. Also, comes with the idea of like, okay, well, if I'm not going to live forever, then the other people are going to go. What's the word? To people that come after you. Not descendants. Okay, yeah, we'll say descendants. Like the people are gonna there are gonna be my descendants and people that are gonna live after me. So I'm gonna have to leave the world a better place than it was than when I was here. That's nuts. That's how I try to live.
Dude, imagine if that was like the central theme of like everybody's mind. That's what I'm trying to instill, bro. Like, dude, that'd be beautiful. I don't want to call it utopia because nothing's perfect, but that's the closest we're gonna get, bro.
Yeah, it's a utopian mindset.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the first step.
I don't know. What team are you on? I don't know if you saw my last video. What team are you? I'm on Team Human, bro. You on Team Human? I'm on Team Human, bro.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
on Team Human. Yeah, I
yeah, right.
noticed that in your video. You said that you're on Team Human. There's no other team to be on. There's no realer team than being a human. Like all of these silly labels and differences that we see with each other. It's so silly. Like I said, it's so childish, man.
Dude, that's what we're working with, bro. We're working with adult children. Like they look
Yeah.
like they're 50, but mentally they're still like 6. Like
Yeah.
that's crazy. And we're talking about like, yeah, getting them to understand they're more than what they are. They have the ability to hit their potential and to contribute to universal reality. Dude, that's an obstacle and a half. And that's why I respect the hell out of what you're doing through the conscious perspective. That's dope.
Appreciate it, man. One person at a time, one podcast at a time. Honestly, at this point, I'm just having fun.
Yeah, right.
I'm just trying to
Yeah,
connect.
for real. That's crazy. Yeah.
that
But
that is cool though. Like if people will look back on people that did the work and said like, oh, they created this world for me. Yeah,
Matt, see,
definitely
I
not.
think that's half the problem right there. Like, I just had a kid. He's 5 months old now.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. But like when I was born into the world, they like that's a huge problem. There's like no institution, there's no organization here to like tell you why you're here. Like you get born and they're like, oh, turn 18, like make money, you're on your own, bye bye. And you're like,
Yeah, right.
okay. Like it
Mm-hmm.
sucks. If somebody was here telling me like, hey, you're here to be the best person you can be, and you're here to help others do the same.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
that'd be such a different mindset already.
yeah. I think that's our role is because we're not gonna obviously I'm not gonna change 7.5 billion people's mind just by having a podcast and talking about it. I think our role is to have the next generation be they're the ones that are going to have the new world, and then from there they create their next generation, and it's our role is to just have our kids essentially, yeah, and not even just our own kids. They can have other kids as well that are growing up and let them know from a young age what they are, because like you said, in school I don't think I've ever heard the word meditation. I've never heard anything about what we're talking about. I had to do this all on my own accord. Like literally nobody did this for me.
He's a
But
real one. He's a real one.
but if somebody were to bring that up, maybe at we'll say 6, 7, 8 years old, and maybe just mention it, try it out, maybe a yoga class or maybe a meditation thing, just introduce me to the concept and the idea. It would be so much easier to digest and um, bring into my life as something like that is something just like brushing my teeth or tying my shoes before I go out. Just something that, because I believe that meditation and anything else that we do to take care of ourselves, whether it's exercise, just anything, like you said, mind, body, spirit, all the Holy Trinity, right? I believe,
Hey.
I believe that is something that is inherent to what we are as humans. Like you, and we're missing that aspect. And that's why so many people are unhappy, is because we don't have that aspect in our life that should be there. So if we create a world where that aspect is there from a young age, then yeah, we're going to have that utopia. It's just going to take a lot of time. It's going to take telling our kids like, hey man, like from a young age, like, look, yeah, you're I don't even know how to say it, dude. I'm not a father, I'm not gonna act like I know how to raise a kid. But it's like, hey man, you're more than just like what you are than this. Like you're the entire universe, and try to introduce them to these, maybe have a conversation just like we're having now, and like ask them questions, try to get their brain working, and try to like let them answer their own like questions, and because kids are naturally curious, so maybe get them
Mhm.
on on that curious path, but not towards like, I don't even know, just like get them kind of like in that mindset, and
Mhm.
then from there they're going to be these superhumans, because
I
it's,
love how you
it's
say
like,
that.
right? Because it's like when you teach a kid guitar at like 5 or 8, like they can just learn a song, they can just learn an instrument way faster than I could ever learn it, or just any kind of skill, whatever it is. If you teach a kid any kind of skill, they're probably going to learn it a lot quicker than I would. So if you teach them these like we'll just say meditation. If you just teach them like meditation or talk to them about that a little bit, like they're just gonna be these people that are just what we're supposed to be. you know, it's
Okay,
and
you got me thinking. You got me thinking. I'm out in Tennessee, and I'm like, I'm meeting some neighbors, some backwoods dudes. They got all the hunting wisdom in the world. He's like, those tree right there, that's a hickory, that's a white oak, they're just like fountains of knowledge. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
But imagine if you can get a counterpart to it's only physical knowledge. It's great. I love it. I'm not hating on it. But imagine, like you said, we're taught too much just to be physical,
Yeah.
just to do the horses the right way, just to hunt the right way, get a job, support a family. But yeah, like you said, if people were taught from birth, imagine if they had spiritual counterparts or Kingdom of Heaven counterparts where geez, man, it'd be so
I think
different.
that's the next step. I really do. And I'm not just saying that as a irrational idealist. I really do believe that's where we're heading. And this is just the beginning. Like literally, this is just the beginning. This is how we talked about this is the craziest time to be alive. It's the craziest time to be alive because this is the beginning of a spiritual revolution, bro. And people have no clue. Too many people are lost in the sauce with Trump and storming the Capitol. Bro, do you understand? We're in the middle of a galactic spiritual war, bro. And you have a part in creating this ever-ending universe where we realize that we are God. And you're worried about someone's sexual orientation or who they voted for, and it just dumb shit, man. So the paradigm that we're moving toward is away from all that and toward knowing our true nature. But it's just the beginning. This is just start. This it's
getting me hot, Gary. You got me hot.
It's one of those ones. That's funny. But it really is, dude. This is just the beginning. And it starts with us. It starts with us in raising our kin, and from there, our children's children are going to just live in this amazing world. Hopefully, ideally, maybe it might be on Mars, but maybe Mars will be nice.
Dude, occupy Mars, baby. Dope.
Yeah.
I got some more weird stuff.
Yo, lay it out on me, man. Lay it out. I want it all.
I don't know how long you'll be doing this for, but
I can go all night.
Okay, we got a little bit of time. Okay, cool. So, what we're talking about is interesting, right? Does it not seem that there's almost forces at B, powers at B, that are actively trying to stop you from getting there?
Yeah. I think that's the spiritual war.
There you go. Yeah, I love how you said, wake up, bro. We're in the middle of spiritual war. Come on, man, get together. Imagine being in combat in 50 cal.
It is. This is spiritual combat.
Yeah, right. This dude daydreaming. Yo, wake up! What are you doing? That's a kill. Goddamn.
Yeah.
Same thing. And dude, I don't know. According to the papers and whatever, all this stuff, the CIA, NSA, there's benevolent and malevolent. I'm not getting conspiracy theory. Okay, I'm not getting conspiracy theory, but dang, dude, who are these malevolent entities? How do they influence humanity? You know what I mean?
I think it's more so of energies. So there's there's more so of everyone knows a positive and negative energy. When it's kind of these energies that invade our mind in a way, and it's like psychic attacks on our brain, whether you want to make X decision or Y decision in a certain situation. And I think that's where our place is in this spiritual war of malevolence and benevolence is the actions that we take based upon the energies that kind of come into our mind. And if we can discern, our role is to discern and act in the correct manner towards our fellow human beings, even in the most strife, even in the most ugliness, even in the darkest of dark. That's the evil energies. It's this. But once you recognize that those evil energies aren't shit, they're just of the materialists. They're they don't mean anything. That's just false.
They're not even real.
Yeah, they're not even real. Once you see through the facade of that, then you won. You already won the game. But it's a never-ending game. You constantly, every day, it doesn't end. There's gonna be new shit that's gonna come your way. Tomorrow I could stub my toe, and because of that stubbing my toe, it's this evil energy coming into me that angers me, and then I could have at the same time, 5 minutes after that, I get a phone call from my mother and I'm pissed off. So I can either act on that anger and be like, Mom, this ain't the time. I just fucking stubbed my toe. Okay. I'll call you back. Or I can just be like, or I can act in a way where I just ignore that and kind of approach it with love, essentially, and approach,
Oh,
you know what I mean? That was probably a horrible,
no,
horrible,
dude, that was beautiful.
but you
I
know what
think
I'm
that
trying
was
to say?
beautiful. No, that was gangster, dude. That was sick. Like, yeah. So like,
It's our discernment, because we're going to have these energies come in, and we just the good energy is how we act from this material world, like in this third density reality we live in. Some may say that this is of there's some belief systems that I've heard say, like, if you get too attached to this material world, which most people are, if you get too attached and think this is the only reality, that's like Satan's world. This is hell,
mhm.
is living in this world, and that's where the evil energies reside. But when you ascend past that and see through all of that stuff, that's the good energy. And if you stay on that wavelength, and if you can try to act on that wavelength of love, compassion, selflessness, just being a good person, essentially, that's the good energy. That's the good stuff, and that's how we win the war and create heaven on earth.
You're killing it. I ain't got to talk no more. Just Gary, keep talking. That's crazy. Going back to what I was talking about, how we have like a little bit of light trapped in us that we can manipulate. Like that's what you're making me think of. Like
Yeah.
we're just pretty much like open receiver for gaining and energy, starlight, whatever.
Yeah.
And anger, like it's about how you perceive this energy. You know, like
Mm-hmm.
can you self consciously, can you through self discipline, can you not only manipulate it but control this energy that's within your chest and your mind?
Exactly. Because
And
I
are you
don't.
gonna let that come out as anger, or like, you know?
Yeah, it's how we respond to them. I think that's where our role is how we respond to these energies. Because we can't. Either way, like I said, there's going to be a time where I'm going to feel anger. Obviously, like I'm not going to say I'm not going to, or fear. There's going to be a time where I'm going to feel um some kind of like agitation or envy, jealousy. Like those are all the lower energies that keep us attached to this realm. And I know that it's going to come into my being one way or the other. I don't know how, but it's going to. But if I know that for a fact, then I already have a leg up. And that means I won't respond to them at that base level of, oh, I'm jealous. I'm going to, because of this jealousy, um, I'm not even actually, it's not even like thinking. So that's the thing is like, say, all right, so the equation is like this. You have the energy come into your being. And
Yep.
I also like to preface this, anybody that's listening, I have no clue what I'm talking about. This is just,
Neither do
this
I.
is,
We're
but
not
this is just
certified, we're
how
not
I see it.
doctors.
Exactly. So we have this energy come into our being. It's a certain kind of low kind of frequency, whether it's somebody cutting me off in traffic, I stub my toe, somebody flips me off, whatever it is, right? They send me that energy. It enters my being, right? So it's in my computational process.
Mhm.
So it's going through my head. I can either, and this is where our humanity and our creation, our godlike essence is. We're doing the computation. I can either respond as boom, I flip the guy back off in one choice and I reciprocate that bad energy, right? So
You amplify it and
I
reflect it.
amplify it. I can either amplify it
Oh my
or,
God, we're amplifiers. We're a team here.
or through my discernment and through because I meditate, because I do yoga, Tai Chi, because I do whatever I got to do to dive deep and know what I am and know who I am, I can not act upon it and I can just kind of I can sit with it, but not act upon it and not amplify it. That's the big thing is if we don't amplify these negative energies to create more negative energy, because that's all it does, we create, I guess, positive energy. I don't know. That actually makes me question. It's like, because we don't act upon negative energies, do we create positive?
I think just not acting upon the negative, the unreality,
Yeah.
is enough to create a positive reality. Yeah.
Yeah. I know what you mean because, yeah.
There's too much
Yeah.
unreality out in the fucking world right now.
Yeah. Essentially, we could say like all of
The
it.
world isn't real.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess that's what people mean when they say it's not real. It's just like, it's just so much it's just bullshit. Just everyone's just lost.
Walking zombies, bro. It's like we're in The Walking Dead.
Yeah. It's sad to see, man, because like when you come to this conclusion of that we're all brothers and sisters, I see other people in that mind state, and I can respond to it and say like, oh, they're stupid. They're not awake. Look at them. Look at me. I'm up here. I'm an awake, ascended being. Look at me. I can have, but that's not. I don't. That's not a healthy mindset. That's negative energy. Actually, I look at people like that and I feel bad. I'm just like, oh, how can I help this person? Or like, is there a way that, because I know that they're me and they're just so lost. They're just so just there's a cloud. There's like something over their judgment that doesn't allow them to see the world that I see it. And that's okay. But I know that there's certain like everyone that stormed the Capitol, I guess you could say, like no, I don't think there's anybody that stormed the Capitol is conscious, because if like
Oh,
there's
there's no way in hell.
if you have a conscious perspective, in my opinion, there's no way in hell that you're going to go do something like that, because that's just such an archaic way to behave.
Mm-hmm.
Like physically storming and trying to kill people and incite violence, like that is just like barbarian in a way. It really is, dude. Where was I going with this?
Yeah.
Oh, so I can either look at those people and be like, oh, I'm greater than them. They're lesser than me. They're not conscious. Or I can
Spiritual
think,
ego.
yeah, spiritual. That's another thing too. Yeah, spiritual ego. Or I can look at them and be like, well, how can I help them? And I don't know the answer to that. I don't have the answer to that. But I think just having that mindset is good. I think just having that mindset is something that we all need to adopt, because from that mindset, that's how we change. We're not saying we're going to change everybody, because it's just not going to happen. Like realistically, it's not going to happen. People aren't going to automatically wake up because they decided to listen to this podcast. It's just, it starts with the mindset, and then over generations, like I said before, we slowly change.
Evolution, baby.
Yeah, it's more so of a, it's like we're evolving from Darwinian evolution to this natural selection evolution of being at the will of I don't know, intelligent design, I guess you could say, being at the will of the world evolving us into this being. And now from here, we're taking the reins and saying, okay, now we're going to evolve ourselves.
Yeah.
I think that's the next step. It's like we're saying like, okay, we evolved as far as we can go, but we can't stay on that path anymore, because we're going to destroy ourselves. So now we literally have to take the reins, like I said, and create that conscious evolution. And from there, I don't know. But I think, like I said, this is just the beginning.
But you're talking about self-evolution. That should be enough for people to get. That should be enough to knock people out of the mindset that we're just, you can self-evolve.
Yeah, that's what's happening. We are creating, like we're going from being these animals that are just at the mercy of survival and simple mutations in our DNA, and that's how we physically change. But now we're more than just physically changing. We are spiritually changing. I know that's like a buzzword, and you don't want to go, but we are literally, we're changing the way that we process and act. We're changing the way that our whole entire being is, and we're doing it on our own accord. Or maybe it's the aliens, who knows?
It's so funny, dude. You're sparking some thoughts for me. Okay. So I love like evolution, caveman, primitive man. When we were just wearing loincloths, have spears, killing, whatever. There was only nature around us, right?
Yeah.
And I like what you're talking about. It's like one stage, and then we evolved to the stage of where we started to like control our own reality. And I like to do thought experiments. So it's like, what is priority? The spiritual reality or the physical reality?
What is priority?
Yeah, I remember we were talking about cavemen, so I don't want to lose my subject. But yeah, what is priority? Physical reality or spiritual reality? What's like the priority?
In caveman times?
No, now between me and you.
Uh, well, I'd say spiritual.
There you go. So I always say like what you can see versus what you cannot see, material reality versus energetic reality. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of people have focused on it backwards. They're focused on the end of the spectrum, the material side. And I like to say, material realities are manifestations of mental spiritual realities. I'll give you an example. I'm wearing a shirt. At one point in time, this shirt didn't exist, right? It took a guy sitting there thinking of the shirt. At that moment in time, where was the shirt? It was in his mind. Okay.
Ah.
He took that shirt, wrote it on a piece of paper, gave it to a warehouse. The warehouse created the shirt. I saw the shirt. I liked it. I bought it. Now I'm wearing the shirt.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wearing the manifestation of his concept. Okay.
Hmm.
He took that concept, pulled it out of the mental spiritual reality and projected it into the physical reality. That's what human beings are. Like you said, we have this creator prerogative. We're like a bridge between the spiritual, mental, and the physical. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Um, so now let's look at this. So that means if this shirt is nothing but a manifestation of his thought form, that means all of man-made reality, the man-made world, is nothing but a representation, a manifestation of our own thought forms. Right?
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
experiencing our own thoughts subjectively, objectively. And now you're talking about like, yeah, how we go from caveman stage and then we enter like this new stage where we actually can project. We're not only in nature anymore, this is naturally existing. We're projecting our own reality. We're evolving ourselves through thinking. No, is the
Yeah.
aliens? I don't know.
It might be. It probably is. It probably is.
Right.
Thank
And
you.
is this
Thank
a
you, aliens.
natural stage? Is this a natural? Thank you, aliens. Jesus was an alien, yo. I said that one time. People got,
Oh man, you want to go down that one?
yeah, dude, let's go, dude. Who the hell is Jesus?
Yeah, I mean, I've read several accounts of people saying that the Bible and I guess you could say a lot of holy books are just kind of interpretations of these extraterrestrial beings that have been with us, I guess, since the dawn of time. And the
Yes.
only way that they could really describe it is in the way that the holy books were written. Because, I mean, most people didn't know how to read or write back then. So there was only certain terminology that they could put upon, you know, the UFO or the alien or whatever it is. And I think that's really kind of the basis of these holy books. And it's obviously been switched up over thousands and thousands of years, but I think that's kind of the basis. It's like these people were having, yes, these divine revelatory experiences, but at the end of the day, it was probably just aliens that were these divine revelatory experiences.
Right. Occam's razor, right? The simplest thing is probably the way it is. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I subscribe to the fact that, or the belief that the extraterrestrials, come on, let's not think just the typical big head, black eyes. Like I said before, they're supposed to be humanoid ones that look like us. The extraterrestrials, the celestial personalities, are also the same entities that our Bible records. And I think that most religion or holy books is nothing but a record of mankind's contact with these beings.
Mm-hmm. I believe
And
it.
different cultures call them different names, different words, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll throw another wild card out there. Supposed to be Jesus is one of these beings, according to my studies, and I guess he has a. I just feel like this. He has a lot of power up there.
Mm.
He's in charge of a good chunk of it.
Yeah, can you go more into that? What have you read about? I don't really know. I mean, yeah, like how is he? What is it? What's going on with that?
Let's dive in. So, I was talking about like the Galactic Federation. The
Mm-hmm.
universe is federated. There's a hierarchy. There's a universal government. Just like the 50 states have like a mayor, like a governor, and a hierarchy all up to the president. The president's the head of the United States, or whatever. The universe is also set up in a similar fashion. Okay. Supposedly, according to my study, that yes, the universe is also split into sectors, and certain beings are in charge of certain sectors.
Mm.
And there's an angel who's in charge of our local sector. And
As in Earth? Or
let's say
like
like
this
1,000
dimension?
stars, like 1,000 stars
Okay. Okay.
geographically. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I know this sounds crazy, but in order for the being who's in charge of the sector to gain full sovereign, full power, he needs to qualify through tests. And I guess the tests are incarnation.
Ah.
So he has to come and live as one of these beings lower than him in order to get the right experience. And then when he goes back up, he has the right experience to govern the sector better.
Oh, so that's what they meant by Jesus is the Son of God. And he comes here.
Exactly.
Okay.
So he incarnated for A, to reveal the truth of the universe, the kingdom of heaven.
Which
Remember,
is
he
love.
didn't say anything. Yeah, he didn't. Yeah, just love. He didn't say anything about the church. He wasn't here about the church. He only said one thing: love God with all your mind, body, spirit.
Yeah.
The correct term is love God with all your heart, strength, soul, and mind. In modern phraseology, that's your mind, your body, and spirit. And love your neighbor as yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You recognize something similar in the legacy? Be the
Mm-hmm.
best person you can be. Help others do the same. You know,
Mm-hmm.
same message. So this fool came here. This fool, sorry, this dude came here saying that like kill it. Doesn't matter who's in front of you. Just seek your potential. He didn't say anything else. Love, seek your potential. Help your brother do the same. Love. Like he was an embodiment of that. That's why he came to our planet, to upstep our planet, because he also has an interest in the next universal stage. Remember, he has to perfect our planet in order to understand that. And
Yeah.
supposedly, yeah, I know the Bible. I was raised baptized and confirmed Catholic. I was a youth pastor for like 3 years, so I know all 73 books of the Bible like the back of my hand, dude.
Wow.
And yeah, so when Jesus ascends to heaven after he dies, it says that he becomes in charge of 144,000 angels, all the angels, legions of angels. He becomes in charge of them. So just hinting right there, like, yeah, this guy is a big deal. He came down
He's the
here for a
king.
reason. He's the king. Amen.
But
For real.
first, he had to come and be a human first.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. He qualified. He's qualified. Isn't that dank?
That is very dank. So now people say like we all have Christ consciousness within us?
Yes.
So does that mean we are here incarnating so that we can become and join those angels, the army?
Ooh, dude. I don't even gotta tell you exactly. We're angels in training.
Oh man, that's great, huh?
Right? Makes me happy. I'm stoked.
Oh man, because that's just like it's so optimistic. It's like if that's true, if that is actually true, man, think about it. Like I know we can just talk about that and throw that up. Like, yeah, man, we're angels in training. Then we go on to our day tomorrow and just go wherever we have to do and the human activities that we have to involve ourselves. Yeah. But if that's the truth, like we're here to experience what it means to be a human and learn how to love and learn how to be loved and learn how to be the best version of ourselves so that we can ascend to this heavenly realm to join God's army.
Sign me up.
And yet we're already signed up.
For real. Amen, Gary. That's why I knew I was talking to a brother. That's crazy.
It makes me not fear dying. And that's the biggest thing I think that you can get from all of this is that like
Jesus went to the cross like, fuck it, put me on it.
Yeah. It doesn't make me want it though. That's the beauty. It doesn't make me want to, but it doesn't make me fear it, because how can I fear ascending to this ethereal realm that is beyond all concept and beyond all fear and beyond all just the bullshit of whatever we have to go through.
Right. Man, next stage of universal reality. Oh God.
Yeah. Honestly, man, like I've had that thought before. And I'm glad we had this conversation because it allows me to like explore that idea that I didn't really know how to vocalize and I didn't really know how to conceptualize. But when you put it that way, it's just like, that's the feeling that I felt, that there's something, and I know this sounds like cliche, but there's something that happens after we die. Like this can't be it. And maybe I'm just a little too optimistic. Maybe, I'm just hoping for something that's not there, but I don't think so, bro. Like there's just too many synchronicities. There's too many coincidences in life. There's too many things that just line up too perfectly in order for me to say, oh, it's all an accident. And if it's not all an accident, which I don't believe it's all an accident, that means our dying isn't an accident. Our perishing is supposed to happen. And if it's supposed to happen, then we're here to metamorphosize in a way.
Ooh.
Like our death is just a kind of way to expand. But first, I see, like we were talking about on the same line. Yes, I think Earth is like a school. It's like we're here first to learn because you have to learn. And I think that's so important, right? There's something about our universe, right? So think about this. If we're along those lines, why do we have to learn first then? So why do we have to
Oh,
be here
dude,
first?
we're on the same vein, dude. I think we're in the same spirit right now. It's crazy.
Might be.
So I'm so glad we can think up. I'm so glad we can speak the same language and consider like these
For
concepts.
real.
I rarely find people in normal life that I could bounce these ideas off of.
Yeah, you can't just go
You know,
down to the coffee
everybody wants
shop
to
and be
be the
like, hey
best, but
man,
they
did
don't
you
want
know that we are part of God's army and that we are here to incarnate and like kind of like learn the ways so that we can ascend
to.
and then
Get the hell away from me.
that's why I kind of started this whole thing because I'm like, well, like I'm gonna have to reach out and have these conversations and concepts with other people. Like I have to like find a way so I don't go crazy.
Dude, that's what I tell my girlfriend all the time. Like, I gotta do this, so I'm gonna be banging my head against the cement wall, just like God, going crazy. It's like, fuck, yeah.
That's
I
funny.
gotta do Legacy Heroes. I'm gonna go crazy, bro.
Yeah,
I gotta
here we
talk
are.
to you. But interesting you said, why do we have to learn? Oh my God, another concept to throw at you, brother.
Mm,
So, according to my studies, is based on how much you learn, based on how much you hit your potential mentally, physically, and spiritually, your personality, based on how much you hit that dictates where you appear after you die,
mm,
where you appear in the cosmos when you wake back up.
okay.
So if you feel it down here, you're gonna go to a higher level.
Essentially, that's karma, right?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. Yeah, like you build your karma so that when you go up there, it allows you into a higher universal reality.
Hmm.
That makes sense. Like you said, like we die and we go join the army of angels. But what rank do you want to join as? You have a
Hmm.
chance with your actions now to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why we have to learn, because like I don't know about you, but I don't want to show up at the lowest level, bro. Oh man, I fucked up.
Mm.
So based on what you do down here, it dictates where you go.
Yeah. So this is like a test.
Exactly. This is school. They're trying to see what we're made of. They're trying to separate the weak from the
The
strong.
weak
No, I
from
don't
the
even talk like
strong.
that. Yeah, straight up. But you know what I mean?
It kind of is though,
It kind of is.
because there is an element in our reality like that, right? It's like the survival of the fittest. So you think
Weeding
even
out.
like you can expand that into our spiritual realm? It's like kind of like it kind of is, right? There is that essence of like because of just it's competition, I guess you can say in a way.
Hmm.
But it's like spiritual competition, if that is even a thing.
Yeah, spiritual competition for the Father's kingdom. Like it's pretty
Wow.
dope.
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
that's I wake up every day, man. Shit goes in my head. I'm like, get it. And that's
That's
why I'm
pretty
stoked. I'm so stoked we met each other. That's so tight. How'd you even meet me, by the way? Like, or how'd you even hear about me?
I think
Reddit or what?
yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw one of your videos on Reddit and then I was like, oh, this guy seems cool. And then I just kind of checked out what you were saying. I'm like, all right, he gets it.
Synchronicities. That's what I'm trying to like. That's what I'm trying to equate it to. It's weird, right?
Yeah.
It almost seems like what is that mysterious force that like guiding?
Yeah, I don't think it was an accident.
It's aliens.
It might be. It might be aliens. I don't think it was an accident. And
No.
all of these synchronicities are um exponentially happening because of the internet. Like because of the internet, we can have this synchronistic
Mhm.
um connection that we would have never had before. So like
Oh,
getting back to our original topic, the internet is the craziest thing to ever happen to humanity.
dude, straight up. Straight up. Dude, it's crazy. It's nuts. It's like if you think about it, we subconsciously manifest the star network through electronics.
Yeah,
That's weird, huh?
it really is. It really is, dude.
Trippy,
And it's
trippy,
only getting crazier and more intricate as every day that goes by, too.
right?
Mm.
So use it or lose it. So how long have we been talking for?
Looks like an hour and 38 minutes. It
Hour
feels like
30
5
minutes. All
minutes.
right. Yeah, I know, right? Shit. Yeah, I know, right? Um,
I don't
is
know
it
where to go from
cool?
here.
I was about to say, is it cool for 30 more minutes, like 20 more minutes?
Yeah, man, that's cool. I mean, we can, I mean, where do you want to go from here? I don't know where else we can cover other than we're angels in God's army.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, honestly, I'm feeling the same shit. Where else do we go from here? The next episode, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Uh,
dude, this has been dope as hell, bro. Gary,
yeah, I'm glad we
you're a
made this
real one.
connection.
You're a real one, dude.
Thanks, man. You too.
Conscious
And
Perspective podcast. You haven't seen it and you're hearing it for the first time now, go check it out. This dude's killing it.
thank you,
Check
bro.
me out. Deadrick Baker, The Legacy. Got my YouTube channel. I'm doing my thing. This is my boy Gary.
Represent, man. I'll put all your links in the description. Everybody can check it out if they want to check it out. If anyone's made it through the conversation this far without being like, "Yo, what guys on?" But if anybody did, thanks for listening. Yeah, I think we could definitely do this again in the future, man. Like, I think this is just the tip of the iceberg,
Yeah,
honestly.
this is. I already feel more coming in. Like, yeah, do it.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll be in contact. We'll let a couple slide by, and then we'll jump back in the mix.
100%. Yeah, we need some time to digest and kind of, do the humanly things, and then I think it's good for us to reunite. But yeah, you're a cool guy, man. I appreciate you coming on here. This was just like I feel like I've known you for a long
Dude,
time. You know what I mean?
you're tripping me out, bro. You say the thoughts that are in my head.
Oh man, it's that connection, man. There's something going on. There's
The
something going
conscious
on in the
perspective.
ether. It's the conscious perspective. You gotta get hip, y'all. But
My
other than
link up
that, yeah,
there.
thanks for listening. Thanks for coming on. This was awesome, dude. Eternally grateful. Keep doing your thing. Keep fighting the good fight, and let's keep creating this utopia.
Hell yeah, the conscious perspective, the legacy of Foundation for Human Progress, Deadrick Baker. Let's get it, guys. Everybody, I love you.